It was Alyssa Thomas that was all gas, no brakes. Thomas connects on the jumper from the free throw line. And then under 2 minutes to play here, Whitcomb drives, kicks it to the corner for Kalia Copper for three. Phoenix pulls off that improbable comeback on the road. More on that in a second, but they even up the series at 1 apiece. Here's Satu Sabali after the game.
We're confident. We're confident in us, and we've been battling all season long, so you can't give up a basketball game if you're down whatever. And I believed at halftime, and that's what we did.
Some of the body language in terms of players that we're not used to seeing certain looks from. And then we needed, to go get buckets. And we had good opportunities, and we weren't strong enough. We weren't tough enough. And, they ripped the game from us.
And by doing that, they became the first road team to win a road playoff game after trailing by 20 points in the second half. The Mercury's live odds to win, they were as high as 18-1 at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. So clearly the game of the night was in Minnesota. It's only right that I get to break it down with the best in the business. Andraya Carter, Coach Carolyn, Peck. All right, so the Mercury, they were able to complete the improbable, historic comeback here. But I think in the light of day, there's a lot of folks who are wondering, all right, is this just okay, the Mercury, they get one here? Or do we have a real series and there's something to watch for as the Lynx now try to take a 2-1 lead back in Phoenix?
I think we have a real good series. I think that Phoenix got back to what has been good for them all during the regular season.
Okay.
And a lot of that has to do with getting open threes and decisions with the basketball. When the ball moves, we saw their assists go up. We saw their made threes go up. And a lot of that had to do with them willing to share the basketball and not take 4 shots.
We also saw this Phoenix team lean into their defense. I mean, the third quarter, they're down 20 points. The third quarter is when they made that comeback. They forced 7 turnovers in that quarter to make that comeback. And then effort in the fourth quarter. They got 5 offensive rebounds. That's something they struggled with in game 1. 5 critical offensive rebounds, even the one that ended up leading to the Sammy Whitcomb shot that led it to overtime. But I definitely think we have a series when you talk about, you mentioned the three-point shooting. Phoenix hit 13 threes on the road. We've seen Phoenix hit 18 threes at home, 14 threes at home. I mean, they're an excellent three-point shooting team. So Minnesota has some things to figure out.
Well, and the adage is, all right, if you're the road team, you just want to go take one. You just want to go steal one on the road. And it wasn't game 1, but that's exactly what the Mercury did here. So now that they're heading back home. It's all tied up 1-1. If you're the top-seeded Lynx, knowing you made some mistakes down the stretch here, how are you feeling in this one?
Well, number one, you can't get comfortable just because that you won one at home and now you're on the road. And you've got to understand, Phoenix now is playing with a lot of confidence. And they're going to their home court, and they're good at home in shooting the basketball. I think that the thing that Cheryl Reeve is going to look at is taking care of the basketball. Yeah. They were turning the ball over, especially in transition. They don't need the home run play. They're good enough in the half court. So I think that Minnesota's got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball.
I think another thing, too, when you think about Minnesota in round 1, right, the close game that happened against the Valkyries, and it just always feels like Minnesota finds a way or Minnesota's going to make the right play. I felt like they felt that way. Like, to me, while they were playing that game in the third quarter, Phoenix is making this comeback. It seemed to me like Minnesota was like, okay, it's fine. This is their run. We're going to go on our run. I thought the lineup was really interesting that Cheryl Reeve used to start the fourth quarter. That was that lineup's first time playing together in the entire playoffs. Right. And it was like a relaxed lineup. There were starters on the bench, and I'm like, wait, they're starting to make a comeback here. Yeah, come on. Here? So I do feel like this was a good wake-up call for Minnesota. Yeah. That it's not all just going to fall together all the time.
Oh, I know this. Oh, go ahead, Coach.
Well, what I was going to say, for Phoenix, though, on the other side, the right players were playing the right roles. Yeah. So you had Alyssa Thomas that became more assertive. Yep. And you put Sammy Whitcomb in the position to be that kick out for the three-point shot. When everybody plays the right role, things can fall into place.
I also thought we cannot finish the segment without saying Kat Westbeld.
Yes.
Kat Westbeld, 8 points in the third quarter. She was perfect from the field as they made that comeback. She had the tip out that led to a three-pointer. I mean,
the defense for the 5-second call, that was huge.
When you get quality minutes from your bench, like top to bottom, this is a complete team performance on the road. Yeah. Now we have to see if Minnesota will respond.
Richard Jefferson always talks about the anatomy of a comeback and the anatomy of getting a win, particularly in the postseason. And having a player be a star in their role outside your top dogs, you need someone to do that. And that is exactly the role that she played in this one. Here's what I know. We got plans Friday night now. We got a good one. Oh, yes, we do. So if the first game of the night took your breath away, the second game of the night was a blowout. Kelsey Mitchell was unstoppable for the Fever in Game 1, but you knew that MVP A'ja Wilson would have an answer, and she absolutely did here. She turned it around first quarter here. Wilson, when she's hitting a three, yeah, you know you're in trouble. In the second quarter, off of the Fever miss here, the Aces in transition, they were spreading the love. Jackie Young, great catch, tough finish. Young finished with 13, 5, and 5 in this one as she gets the crowd fired up. In the third quarter, check out the sequence from Wilson here. After the layup attempt from Kelsey Mitchell, the big-time block. She said, get that out of here. That's your co-defensive player of the year right there. And in the fourth quarter, Vegas up big here. Wilson gets the steal, goes coast to coast for the nice, easy layup. She finished with a cool 25 points, 9 rebounds, 5 steals as the Aces even up the series at a game apiece. Here's Wilson after the game on that turnaround from Game 1.
I don't know if necessarily it's a wake-up call. I just think we came to work. We didn't come to work on Game 1, and that's on all of us. And I think Game 2, we just decided to come to work. And when we do that and we do it the right way and we play the right way, good things happen. But I don't necessarily think it was a wake-up call. I told my team I was honestly just more embarrassed Game 1 whenever we played them than the 53-point loss. I don't think it was like, oh, no one panicked. It was just like, we got to come to work. That's it.
And come to work they did, especially A'ja. 25 points on Tuesday. She passed Lindsay Whalen for the 7th most playoff points scored in W history. She's just 29 points away from passing Brianna Stewart for the 6th most all-time. That could even happen in the Aces next game, right? That's not outside of the realm of possibility. And we'll have that Game 3. We'll actually have both Game 3s for you in this best-of-5 W playoff semifinals.